So you telling me they were already looking in 1145, but the war with Genghis Khan and Prester John took place in 1202? So for over 55 years, the Portuguese were already searching for Prester John, then Genghis Khan finds him and goes to war? So this whole Genghis Khan Prester John war happened during the duration of them searching for Prester John. And why did they stop searching in 1645? Why did they only start searching for the Fountain of Youth in Florida within the last 500 years? What did they find in the last 500 years to make them start searching for the Fountain of Youth in Florida, boss? And why did they stop searching officially, unofficially, in 1645 over there? That means they started searching over here, or they already knew where it was in America when they found you copper color races right here. That means when they found and knew that you were here, they put off their search over there and they started searching over here for the Fountain of Youth and putting you in captivity, and hence the Chickamauga Indian Cherokee Wars, my noggin, for the hundreds and hundreds of years, right? Hundreds and hundreds of years. Let's go. Halal HaWah. It was inevitable that the search for Prester John should be shifted to Africa by the early 14th century, and his kingdom was located in Abyssinia. But we know that's just a name that predates Ethiopia, and it means a mixed multitude wherever they are. Doesn't mean Africa, but let's go. When we talk Prester John, we're talking Emperado de los Abyssinios. Old name for Ethiopia. Ethiop, burnt face, right? Negro, burn, to burn, fiery looking. You got that fire in your eyes, huh? Yeah. The native name is Abyssinia. The native name is Abyssinios. That doesn't mean Africa, boss. Remember, Ethiopia is a vague term, right? We just got the native name, the old name, Habasa, mixed, right? Didn't Moshe bring a mixed multitude, Joshua and them, to the promised land, right? A mixed multitude. Where's the promised land? Where's the Garden of Eden, right? So-called Christian community had been in existence since the 4th century. Stop it. Contact between Abyssinia and Europe had been severed by the Islamic conquest of the 7th century, but at the very moment when the Asiatic Prester John was being discredited by travelers like Friar Odoric, Abyssinian embassies began to reach the courts of Europe, and Dominican missionaries were able to penetrate into Central Africa. By the end of the 14th century, few writers in Europe would have denied that Prester John was the ruler of Abyssinia. So he's not fake. He's real. He's the ruler of Abyssinia. Abyssinia. Copper color race is found here. Here it was argued he had retired when the Mongols had defeated him in Central Asia, and here he was still able to render valuable assistance to Christendom. Stop it. They just fantasize that this Hebrew Khan David is going to help them. This gave them something to write about. This gave them something to encourage their scared, travelers to go keep searching. Someone's going to help us. Someone's going to help us. This raised the morale of Christendom to find King David, Prester John. They didn't tell him the truth, that he wasn't a Christian, that he's the Hebrew Khan forever. He's not here to be of assistance to Christendom. He's here to be of assistance to the tribe of Israel, the righteous flock. But their story was that he was going to help them, give them assistance against the power of Islam in the Mediterranean. In reality, I think they were all working together to find you, my nigga. In his kingdom lay the source of the river Nile, upon which the life of the most formidable Muslim power, Egypt, depended. And if we now understand that this is India Superior, that means that somehow here is the connection for the source of the Nile. Not the Nile over there, but the real Nahal. Because in Hebrew, Nile is Nahal. Nahal means great river. The great river is the Mississippi. And yes, the Mississippi River feeds all, like the Amazon, right? It feeds all of them, right? They depend on it. And he had, I mean, look how Ishmael was migrating over here, right? Setting up their power. Ishmaelites migrating. Wow. What's that map called? Let's see if I have it here. Let's put an Ishmaelite migration map. Let's see if it just pops up by now. Oh, we done talked about it so much. We in the algorithm now. Halal HaWah. Hey, love to ShaBat mystery.com. Okay. Curio Americana. Ben Ishmael tribe. Okay. Ishmael's migrating, man. Right. So again, the yellow river is this white river. You see how it connects? What they're talking about in the Mongol flow. And Ishmael's migrating in 1785, of course, before that. But look how they already are setting up the Muhammad flow, Morocco flow. So when they talk about the Muslim powers and this Nile River, they're all these Muslim powers are depending on it. Morocco is telling you Morocco's here, right? Aren't these more saying Morocco's here? So the Muslim powers are dependent on this Mississippi River, this white, yellow river, right? The Moorish science temple at Pembroke know that the formula for the holy mountain is supposedly contained in the odd dimensions of the so-called cube built by Abraham and Ishmael. They're doing a migration around this holy mountain of harmonics. And what does it mean for the little ice age? What does it mean, like, for the spell, right? This spell of stupor that hit us, right? What does it mean for our frequency? What does your harmonics, we know the power of sound, right? What does a big sound temple do to the earth? And why was an ice age following this, right? And what's it got to do with the Ishmaelites? Trying to be genuine, right? Genuine Arabs. The same people that are the enemies. The same people that are against the treasure ones. The enemies are migrating, boss. Putting up Morocco, Muhammad, and all these Muslim powers, right? And this river Nahal, or Mississippi, upon which the life of the most formidable Muslim power, Egypt depended. We know where Egypt is, Grand Canyon flow. We know that these Muslim powers are Morocco, Muhammad, right? So we see that it's all happening here in America, more substantiating evidence to back up our investigation.